Today we're watching a police chase video. Hope you enjoy. We're watching the police chase video. Hope you enjoy. Hope you enjoy.
Okay, yeah,
Happy
just let me
Memorial
know,
Day.
and we're good to go.
Let's
Wait
get
for
this
it.
show on the road.
Okay. That 450 radio is not working well. I could barely hear you, but I heard. Oh, I heard most of that, Jack. Okay, in 10. Thank you, Jack. Well, good evening, everybody, and thank you for joining us on the NBCLA app and NBCLA.com. This is Gil Davis and News Chopper 4 Bravo, along with my pilot, Patrick McKernan. We're watching this pursuit coming out of the San Diego area, coming up the 5 freeway northbound. You can see a trail of officers in pursuit. Again, this all starting in the San Diego area, has moved up 80 miles an hour on the freeway northbound from San Diego through Carlsbad, and now coming into the San Clemente area. You can see that vehicle failing to yield. Now, we understand the want on this was for speed and has refused to pull over. Now, one of the problems we've been having with getting down here is the weather. It's a little bit foggy, as you can tell by our picture. Still waiting for the pursuit to reach us up here just north of the San Clemente area. We're about to Dana Point right now, and the pursuit continuing here northbound 5 freeway. And now I'm hearing, listening to the California Highway Patrol talking about trying to possibly set up spike strips in the area, but that is unconfirmed as of yet. But again, the speed's a little too fast for a pit maneuver. Again, News Chopper 4 Bravo, we're the first news helicopter on scene to pick up this pursuit coming out of the San Diego area. Within about a mile of our position right now, we're going to start turning our helicopter to keep track of this pursuit as the continues northbound into the Dana Point area. Now, you can see 1, 2, 3, 4, looks like 4 units in pursuit. They're going to be handing off to the San Juan Capistrano units shortly. I also know that the California Highway Patrol is launching a helicopter this way out of the Fullerton area. You can see that vehicle coming here, a red vehicle. And off we go, off to the races. Here he goes, northbound 5 coming out our side right now. Getting a little bit of a look at the driver. Looks like it's hard to tell, but it looks like it's a male driver. It's a Nissan Rogue, according to our assignment desk. And continuing, he's got fairly light traffic here on the 5 northbound. The southbound side is much heavier. You can see the California Highway Patrol signaling to that driver coming onto the freeway to back off as this pursuit comes by them. The driver continuing to drive pretty much in that same lane, not driving too erratic, except for the high speeds that we were hearing earlier. Speeds have slowed down, looks like about 75 miles an hour. Northbound 5 at Camino Capistrano, 70 miles an hour according to the CHP unit directly behind it, calling the pursuit. You can see the CHP trying to get this guy's attention to say, hey, pull over, we've been behind you a long distance, it's time to give it up. continuing to hear the California Highway Patrol officers talking about getting a spike strip up ahead, although the problem is it's a pretty wide freeway here coming up to the Ortega Highway, and difficult to get a spike strip out in the center of the freeway. As you can see, this guy is pretty much in the center of that freeway. He's in that second lane from the right. It's possible they can get a spike strip there, but any further inward, he's going to be difficult with the traffic out here. Passing the Ortega Highway now. Speeds drop now to about 65 miles an hour. Here's another look at the officers behind. Because it's so dark in this part of the freeway, I'm going to activate our infrared camera system to see if we can get any more details out of this picture for you, so you can see a little better. You can see the red of the picture coming in. That's our infrared system. The glow of the taillights, and the driver looks like he's illuminated there by the side mirror. They also use our doubler to come in here and look tight. It looks like he's got a cell phone on his lap. $75 miles an hour, so kicked it up a little bit here. 75 miles an hour, northbound 5. I'm going to come out of our doubler there, and again, we're dealing with some fog in the area. Now, I can tell you that there are units in position to do a spike strip. The question is, will they be able to get it in the middle of the freeway like this? Second. Northbound 5 freeway, we got ahead of the pursuit a little bit because of the terrain. We're having to stay right over the freeway. And we definitely hit some fog as we were coming past down the 405 freeway. About the El Toro Y, we started to see the fog rolling in and knew we'd have a problem getting to the pursuit, but the pursuit was coming to us at a high rate of speed, so it didn't take long for the pursuit to get to us. The good news is we're the first news helicopter on scene, and we're able to navigate this fog right now. As long as we stay over the freeway, we're good to go. But again, the pursuit continuing. 75 miles an hour, northbound 5 in the Mission Viejo area now. At Avery Parkway now, northbound 5, 74 miles an hour. Again, the traffic is fairly light northbound 5. He's going to start hitting some heavier traffic as he approaches the El Toro area where the 405 and 5 meet. But for now, he's got a couple more miles before he gets to that point.
Wow. That is a Nissan Rogue. It's a red metallic, I think. Infrared from the news helicopter. He's not driving pretty fast at a high speed. He's still reaching at about maybe 70, 80 miles an hour. He was speeding up to 75 miles an hour just a few minutes ago. He sped back down. He's speeding back down to 65 miles an hour moments ago.
Try to see a little bit more detail in the picture of who's behind the wheel.
Now that is the tail lights or the headlights. Wow, that is, I've been zooming in.
California Highway Patrol in pursuit of this vehicle.
Get away from
San
me!
Diego area.
Not even funny.
This the suspect was able to get through that checkpoint near the Camp Pendleton area, made it through there cleanly, and has continued northbound now. Approaching the El Toro area.
Are you recording?
I am.
Oh, that's cool.
So congratulations. Didn't ask. Yes, I am recording.
Can I say hi to your YouTube channel?
I'm trying to record. I'm trying to record,
Are
Christian.
you recording right now?
I'm trying to record a Felicia's video. I'm zooming in.
Zooming in.
Still holding about 74 miles an hour northbound 5 freeway.
He's
Traffic
holding it
is
at
still
about
light.
74 miles an hour. He's holding it at about 74 to 75 miles an hour. CHP units are in pursuit of that red. These rogue, and I'm gonna zoom in that carpool lane. I'm gonna zoom in one more time. That's the vehicle. He's using a turn signal to change lanes. Maybe he's using he or she using his cruise control, holding that speed. He's holding it at about 70 miles an hour.
Now the Santa Ana division of the California Highway Patrol will soon be taking over the pursuit.
They will be soon taking over the pursuit.
Comes into their area,
and when the driver comes into their area. Wow, it's freezing on us.
division.
Oh, it's nothing working. I'm sorry, I can't do the video right now. I got it to work now.
Units there, one dropping out, another one dropping out. So there's the.
Maybe it keeps on freezing me. It keeps freezing that video. That video keeps on freezing me like 1 or 2 times now. The video kept on freezing on me. And the video was frozen. Maybe it was loading. It was loading because of that thing. I don't know. It was loading like 2 times on me.
News Chopper 4 Bravo, the only news helicopter.
And that's the news helicopter joining the pursuit, and they're keeping up with that suspect. They picked up the chase. They pick up the chase along the freeway where the pursuit initially started, and the driver was trying to. Now he's speeding to about 80 miles an hour. I'm not sure if he's speeding at about 80 miles an hour. The driver is maybe like 70 miles an hour. I think. I don't know. And that if they're gonna do a spike strip, they're gonna maybe do like a spike strip, or do a pit maneuver at two. At way too high speeds, they can't do a pit maneuver. They cannot do a pit maneuver during when when the vehicle is speeding up. They can't do a pit maneuver on high speeds. It's way too dangerous. You have to be at least 35 miles an hour to do a pit maneuver on that vehicle. And now that driver is still on the 5 freeway or 170 freeway. I don't know. Or maybe he's on the 5 freeway. If I'm right or am I wrong? Maybe he's gonna jump right into the carpool lane. That driver is gonna make a decision, or he rather take an exit to another freeway, or he can stay on that freeway, or he has a split-second decision, or he can make a decision whether he jumps north or south on the freeway, maybe 91 freeway or 5 freeway, or he is transitioning. Let's see what it says. Let's listen.
Right behind the vehicle, slowing down quite a bit, making that transition. The car in front of him slowing down because he sees the lights and sirens coming from behind. We got a bridge that's blocking our view, but we'll pick that up here in a minute. Looks like northbound 5.
Okay, he's staying on the northbound 5 freeway to the freeway, another one. He was going to transition, but he or she decided to stay on the northbound side of the 5 freeway.
All right, so the next freeway is going to be the 133, which is coming up shortly.
Next freeway is going to be 133 or 134 freeway. It's coming up shortly. Now he's traveling slow at slow speeds. He's not like driving erratically. That gray SUV was in front of the driver, was blocking the driver, or where they had to pull over because of that. The CHP cruisers are with lights and sirens still flashing. And navigating that traffic. That flatback is driving slow now at about 55 or 60 miles an hour. I don't even know. Speeding. He's going to make his way all the way up to 5 freeway. I'm going to zoom in again one last time. That video kept on freezing on us. That video is freezing on us like 3 times now. Maybe it's like loading. Yeah, it was loading on me like 3 times already. Like 3 times already today. It was loading. What is wrong with that video? I think, oh no, it's like 4 times now. It's loading 4 times. It keeps on loading. I'm gonna zoom in one last time. The driver of that Nissan Rogue. It's the model years, maybe like or is it 2015 model of the SUV of the year? Model of the 2015 model of that SUV. It's a model year of that 2015 Nissan Rogue. It has license plates. We don't know for sure. And we don't know how many else inside that vehicle. It's only one subject inside the vehicle still holding his cell phone, or I couldn't tell. I don't even think, or she's texting or driving. I don't know.
Still in pursuit of this.
I see that
red Rogue.
The Nissan Rogue is they're mentioning. What has an antenna on that?
The driver's been politely signaling every time he makes a lane change.
He's been politely signaling every time he makes a lane change. Every time he uses his blinker, he changes lanes.
With the night sunlight, we're going to come in
and there's a night sun still on that vehicle. News helicopters
like it was a male early on,
following and tracking that vehicle.
Confirmation on that. We heard earlier that the CHP was talking about a single occupant in this
They've heard earlier that there's no occupant in that vehicle behind the wheel, not driving so fast at a high rate of speed.
That's a male or a female, but continuing. Look at this traffic out here. Zero. Hardly any traffic up ahead. It's because he's traveling at freeway speeds now. The 60, 65 miles an hour.
He's traveling at a freeway speed. Excuse me. He's traveling at a freeway speed at about 60 to 65 miles an hour.
So
5 lanes now. He's going to take an exit. No, he's going to stay on the northbound 5 freeway. Leave me alone. Stop it.
CHP was trying to set up spike strips, but because of the freeway being
they might do a spike strip on that vehicle, or they can do this the hard way. Do a pit maneuver to slow down, or do a spike strip.
Coming into the Tustin Marketplace.
Leave me alone.
About a mile and a half, 2 miles just up ahead on the 5, and then he's got the 55 freeway to contend with, and icy traffic on the southbound side backing up over there. There might be some sort of injury accident on the southbound side. Does not look like it's impacting the northbound 5 right now, but he's staying in that second to the slowest lane.
He's staying into the slowest lane. Sorry, I apologize for that. Now he's going to stay at that lane, still speeding, not speeding, he's still slowing down, driving slow at about 65 to 70 miles an hour, or he or she has his or her cruise control on to leave me alone. She is still using that cruise control to keep steady at that speed, maybe like 65, 70 miles an hour. Now he is trying to drive fast, or I don't know. Or he's hitting the brakes.
And we're hearing now from our assignment desk, they're gathering some information on this person.
They're gathering information.
It started in the El
That's a
Cajon
Nissan
area. He was
Coupe, Nissan
driving
Altima Coupe.
erratically on surface streets, all in that area.
Driving erratically on the surface
jumped on the
streets
5
or
freeway,
on the freeway. I
and
don't even know
moving up.
what they're saying.
Okay, moving up the 5 freeway, eventually getting here to the
He's
Irvine
still on
area.
the
But
5
that's
freeway
kind of where
northbound.
it started. The driver refusing
He can
to pull
make
over
a
after
decision to
driving
get off the freeway,
at a high
or
rate of
he'd
speed
rather
and driving erratically. It sounds like
take
in the El Cajon area.
take an exit, or he can
now,
slow down to
northbound 5
do a
freeway.
pit maneuver.
And there is
Leave
an
me
accident
alone.
up ahead, but it's on the southbound side. It's slowing traffic a little bit. Speaking
Slowing
of traffic,
traffic a
we're
little
having to
bit.
hold up here right about the Jamboree Road because
Right
of
off
John Wayne
he's
traffic.
going to take an exit to
aircraft coming
a
in from
road,
John
or
Wayne, so
he
we're
can still stay on the
seeing
freeway.
pursuit going away from us right now.
They can
We'll be
do
able
a
to
pit
catch up as soon
maneuver
as
or
that
a
traffic
spike
for
strip
us
to
clears up.
deflate those tires, and
We'll come out to a wider
hopefully it
shot
can
so
run out
you
of
can see that
of gas. And they've been following this pursuit vehicle.
line of
Not pursuit vehicle.
CHP officers
They've been
there
following that.
approaching Red Hill now. And you'll
Nobody, the lights are
shortly
still
see
on.
on the left-hand side of the screen an
I'm
accident.
sorry. They've been following
the
that red
southbound
vehicle
lanes.
for a long time now.
And now we're hearing that additional spike strips are being talked about up ahead.
They're
Here's
being
that
talked
accident
about
on
up
the
ahead. They're
southbound
going to do a
side.
stop stick.
Northbound side, free and clear. They made it right through that accident. Now we're
They
getting
made,
there.
they made
Green
it right
light
through
to
the
go
accident. I'm not zooming in at this point.
Our airspace, that traffic for us is cleared. We'll see if they are able to deploy that spike strip soon.
And we're going to see if they're able to deploy a
I won't
spike
say where
strip.
it is right now, not to give it away, but
We're going to see if they're going to be able
right
to
down the
deploy
center of the freeway, making it very difficult for
deploy a spike
CHP
strip,
to deploy
and they
anything
can
like
deflate
that
those
because of the
tires
traffic
so it
and
can come
because
to
of
an
where
end
the driver is.
peacefully.
Coming up to the 55 freeway right
And
now.
he's coming up to the 55 freeway now,
And it looks like he's going to stay committed to the
he can
northbound
stay committed
5
on the northbound 5 freeway,
through
the
the
northbound
55
5 freeway, or he can take a 55 freeway transitioning where they can
Keeping it wide
split those
because
freeway.
they were talking about a spike strip. That might have been the officer back there that was trying to set up the spike strip. I don't know if
There
you
was
saw
an
it on the
officer that
top
may
right
have,
side of the screen at
may
the
have
on-ramp
set up a
viewport.
spike strip, but he's
On-ramp, he was
avoiding it.
not able to get it out there,
And
unfortunately.
they were
so
not
this
able
is
to
going to
get it
continue
out there
now.
because
And it looks like if he stays in this lane,
maybe
it looks
there
like
was
he's going to stay committed. The interchange is
there
right
was
here.
too much traffic.
And
Too much traffic. So there was too much traffic to
there
do
he
a
goes,
spike strip.
committed
There was
northbound 5
too much
freeway
traffic.
coming
So
into
they'd
Santa
rather do a
Ana
stop
now.
sticks again. They can do a
And the next major freeway
they could do a
interchange
spike
will be the
strip
Orange Crush,
again later on,
5 and the
and they can
57
deflate
and the
those tires, and
22.
it will come to an end.
It's under that bridge right now, that overpass.
Underneath, it's blocking the view.
We'll see him pop out here in just a few seconds. One problem we're going to face is, coming up very soon, is we have a flight restriction in the over Disneyland. So that's going to impede us because of the weather. We're going to have some difficulty trying to stay over the pursuit, but we'll be able to get around it, that TFR, in a short time if we have to. Okay. Okay, understood that. Understood.
Now he or she is still driving slow. Excuse me, she is driving slow still. And now that she's not driving fast, we don't know if it's a male or a female behind the wheel of that SUV. The driver of that 2015 Nissan Rogue is driving slow still. No California license plate yet. I can yet this. I can explain this that and they're still driving slow. Whatever, when they have four tires, it's possible. It's easy to deflate those tires. One of those tires, left or right. There maybe, or he can take another freeway. He's got a couple options. He's still on the northbound 5 freeway. He's still northbound 5 freeway. He's coming up to another freeway. He tried to make a transition, but nope. He still decided to stay on the northbound 5 freeway. The driver is in downtown, northbound 5 freeway downtown still, and he's on a high-speed chase. He passed over it, so northbound 5 freeway. Either the driver rather gives up, or leave me alone. Stop mimicking me. He either gives up, or they might box him in. Too dangerous. Or he's crossing under the bridge. He may give up, or he rather.
Here is the 22 freeway right there in your screen. Under the 22 freeway, so he's not taking that, but he's still going to jump on the 57
freeway.
here. He makes a quick move. It looks like he's not, so he's going to be keeping going.
He rather take a transition. Nope. He's going to stay on the northbound 5 freeway.
Committed now, northbound 5. But look at these speeds. I mean, he's really barely going the speed limit, if not a little bit slower now. No more talk about.
And now they might do a roadblock or box that suspect in, or they can do a stop stick all the way over here, or they can deflate those tires as soon as it's personal. They might. Or they might take him away, or they might take him or her. They might take that suspect into custody, or they might take that subject to jail. Female suspect or male suspect to jail. They might take them to jail because of the high-speed chase. And there's another CHP is coming. They're gonna hand it over, and they're gonna be a lead car.
Actually bumped it up to about 70, maybe 75 now. You can see another
He's
hand
speeding
up
up to 75 miles an hour.
Traffic light.
Traffic is light, and
Traffic.
now you see that all those commuters are on their way home from work. They're still going, or they're not. They don't know what they're going.
Copy that.
They are knowing what they're going. That driver, that Nissan Rogue, still picking up speed at about 75 miles an
Take
hour.
another look here and see what the driver's doing. Pretty much what he was doing earlier. It looks like, again, we haven't been able to confirm if it's a male or female, but we did hear earlier on that the CHP was talking about it being only one occupant in the vehicle.
Only one occupant in the vehicle. They might take that occupant into custody, and they might take that occupant to jail. And they might take him to police custody. They might take that female suspect occupant to jail and into police custody. And they might have to bring that pursuit to an end before he goes fast onto a freeway.
Again, if you're just joining us on the NBCLA
And they might do a
app,
spike strip before he ends up
intentionally
running people over, or he ends up injuring somebody.
Police chase coming out of the El Cajon area down in San Diego.
Coming out of the El Cajon area, the high-speed chase, coming out of the area.
Reaching the speeds of 80, 85 miles an hour.
Speeds are reaching at about 80, 85 miles an hour.
All the way up the 5 freeway, is still on the 5 freeway now.
All the way up the 5 freeway, still on the 5 freeway.
California Highway Patrol units on the ground and a helicopter.
And the police helicopter is overhead.
Ignoring those units, ignoring the night sunlight of the
night sun is overhead.
To drive in this fashion. We haven't seen any erratic driving on the freeway yet since we picked it up down in the San Clemente area.
They picked it up down in San Clemente area where the pursuit took place, and it picked up the chase.
Has picked it up here since he left the Orange Crush interchange just a few miles back.
Now maybe he could pick up speed to about 90, 95 miles an hour. 4 CHP units, 4 cop cars behind that SUV. Continuing northbound 5 freeway. He's going to take the 91 freeway or the 57 freeway because due to the light traffic, due to the rush hour. Still slowing down, driving slow. And once they might take a freeway off ramp, or they might stay on the freeway. Let's listen to that.
Working the scanners up here in News Chopper 4 Bravo to keep up with the California Highway Patrol units that are on the ground, calling this pursuit and in the pursuit to get any details I can. Again, the California Highway Patrol hands off to the next area that the pursuit comes into, and their officers join in. It's pretty much like a relay race. They hand off the pursuit to...
Looks like a relay race. This is going to be a relay race tracks, I think. It's going to be a relay race tracks. This is like a race where it's not a race. It's not a relay race. Driving slow now at about 70 to 80 miles an hour. Yeah, he's picking up speed. Or slowing down. I'm not sure. And once there's going to be another news helicopter that they can come and cover that pursuit, as I'm being told. And now those news helicopters are following, tracking that vehicle, night sun overhead now, and they're at the scene. He's using a blinker now. And the speeds are excess at about 70 miles an hour. He might be using the signal lanes, turn signals, and they might.
La Palma
do something at this point.
70, 75 miles
They're
an
gonna
hour.
continue to follow that pursuit. Not follow. They're gonna continue to follow the suspect through until they do a spike strip and bring it to it and bring that thing to an end.
Freeway interchange as
And
well,
it's gonna come to an end soon,
that'll give me an opportunity
all the way up here
to better look at the driver
at this
here
point.
as we get into those
Soon,
lights.
later on, later or will it, later, sooner or later, it will deflate those tires, and he's gonna hit the brakes soon.
You're not going anywhere. We're right here, and we're not leaving until
That
you pull over.
is the lights, not lights.
We'll see if that has any influence.
Lights are flashing, sirens are flashing at this point. Now the CHP is catching up, and they're gonna get caught up to that. They're gonna get caught up to that pursuit. And now he is in like 5 lanes on that freeway, and near that carpool lane, he can make a left lane to get onto the carpool lane. Nope, he's gonna stay on that lane. And I'm being told that maybe driver has his one wheel or on the phone with somebody. I don't know. Or he's holding his both wheels up. Still weaving in and out of it. I don't think so. He's driving straight.
There we go, right through the 91 interchange.
Right through the 91 interchange. He'd rather take it or he can stay on the northbound 5 freeway. It's up to that suspect. Wow.
A lot of bridges here. Staying committed to the 5 freeway.
Yeah, he's committed to the northbound 5 freeway.
This is going to continue on now, coming into...
He's passing that big rig truck, trailer truck, I think. Yeah, he's passing that big rig trailer truck.
If you're familiar with the 5 freeway from 91 up to the 605, which will be the next interchange this person will hit.
Still gonna stay on to that freeway, northbound 5 freeway. Let's listen.
Looks like right now it's smooth sailing up through the construction zone, but
through the construction zone, driving slow, still smooth sailing up through and through the construction zone. The driver is driving slow.
The officers, as he's been doing. Signaling. This guy's very polite. He's signaling.
This female or that
Every time
guy
he makes a lane
is
change,
that female or that male is signaling.
Can't write him up for that, but certainly
the driver is
driving
trying to speed up. Wow.
News Chopper 4 Bravo, we were the first news helicopter over this pursuit when we picked it up down in San Clemente, coming out of northbound on the 5, coming out of the San Diego area. And we picked it up. That's where we've been ever since, on the 5 freeway. Had many opportunities to go on different freeways, but he's stuck to that 5 freeway north, coming into the Santa Fe Springs area. 75 miles an hour still, looking ahead. Traffic is going to slow down up ahead for sure, because as you see the K-rails there, it's definitely a construction zone as they're doing some freeway widening here. And look at this, down to 2 lanes now. So let's see how he drives and acts here. 3 lanes, I should say, but he's got big rigs, he's got other vehicles, and he's got that 605 freeway interchange to contend with.
Sorry, the video kept freezing. It was loading, but it was still lagging, but back on now. That driver is on the 3 lanes still on the 5 freeway northbound, stuck in the northbound 5 freeway. He'd rather take a transition. Like I said, he's passing that big rig truck, still into the construction zone, passing them. He rather can take an exit Or he can still stay on the northbound freeway 5 freeway. He had his chance, but he decided to stay on the northbound 5 freeway, so too late. The driver is slowing down now. This is breaking news.
Ashley? Yeah. I told us to come over here to let's tackle the box. Here you go.
Coming up right at Carmenita, northbound 5, Carmenita, 70 miles an hour.
Still driving at about 70 miles an hour. Carmenita as well. Still northbound on the 5 freeway, 70 miles an hour. Yeah, he's still at about 70 miles an hour. Or he might pick it up to 80 miles an hour. No, this has been going on. This pursuit has been going on for like half hour or so. Been going on for like 40 minutes now.
Albert!
Yes?
Springs units.
You graduate next year?
I'm graduating next year. By the way, I'm getting a job this year.
Some pretty good luck doing that, but here comes one of the
I'd rather work at a restaurant. I don't want to work at Quick Quack. Hey, Bob, I'd rather work at a restaurant. How much money will I earn?
$16 an hour if you work at a restaurant, unless it's fast food chain, and then you wouldn't last.
I'd rather work at a car wash.
You know what, Albert?
You don't even have to talk. You just spray like one of those people. You just spray the thing and then point to the thing.
Oh yeah,
It's perfect.
perfect.
Albert,
Yes.
how about you talk to Andrea Hope?
Yeah, I went there. I've talked to Andrea Hope before.
You talk to her? Or talk to her?
Okay, approaching some heavy traffic as he approaches that 605.
If he approaches the heavy traffic, he might get onto the northbound or southbound 605 freeway. He had his chance to get onto to transition to the freeway, and he or she had his or her chance to get onto the 91 freeway, but still committed to the northbound 5 freeway northbound. Speeds are back down to like 60 miles an hour. I don't even know. No speedometer. Hey, strange, that's odd. He's passing slower moving vehicles. They might do a spike strip at this point.
He's passing another big rig.
Passing another big rig. Maybe those big rig drivers can slow that vehicle down. And it can come to an end, I wish.
Might be seeing a unit on the side of the road here coming up. Let's see. I saw it out the window.
He's at 3 lanes of traffic.
A unit that
No gridlock so far.
We'll see what happens as he approaches there. You can see
And we'll see what happens there.
The driver, though, has pursued this car, the red Rogue. There's that unit.
It's a red Nissan Rogue,
Trucks there in the way.
2015 or 2016 model of that. The SUV, 2015 or 2016 SUV of the year. It's a red Nissan Rogue. And those are 4 tires that seem to be intact. They seem to be okay for a little while. Not driving erratically.
Coming up right at the 605 and the 5. Northbound
He's coming up onto 605 freeway from the northbound 5 freeway.
You see the CHP there?
He'd rather take a transition road. Still underneath the bridge.
You got them, Patrick, right? Okay. Committed to
More
the 5 freeway
CHP
from the
vehicles are
605,
coming.
So no 605 freeway transition for this guy.
No
He is,
605 freeway
definitely heading
transition
right toward downtown
for that
LA.
suspect right
On
there.
the 5, now the traffic beyond the 605 here.
Traffic beyond
Looks like it's a little bit
605.
heavier,
Now
so,
he's using a signal
but it doesn't
lane.
seem to be
He's
phasing
using
the
a right
driver.
signal to
The driver's
change
just
lanes.
cruising right along as if he's out for a Sunday drive, and
He's
no
going
one's
out for a
behind
Sunday
him.
drive.
There's 4 units of
I think.
CHP with their lights
Yeah,
and
he's going.
spikes
If he's
and sirens
yeah, maybe
blaring
he's
at
going
the guy,
out
along with
for
the
a Sunday
ship
drive,
night sunlight overhead. There's no doubt
and maybe
now
he's
behind him
going
and above him,
out
but he's just continuing on
at
like
about
it's
to
any
drive
other day
slow.
or night.
He'd rather pick up speed or drive slow, and they've been following him for quite some time. It's been going on for a long time now, for a while.
So listening in now to the Santa Fe Springs CHP that's taken over from Westminster
CHP
units now.
is taking over now.
Original one on this was speed.
The original want was the
Reckless driving down
speeds.
in the El Cajon area.
Now the big rig is changing lanes because of that lights were flashing.
The speeds at one point there, this driver was reaching 80, 85 miles an hour down there in the San Diego area, but now has calmed the driving down a little bit.
Slowing down a little bit, speeding up a little bit.
To 1 or 2 lanes.
It's maybe 1 or 2, 3, 4 lanes of traffic.
Coming now towards the city of Commerce.
And he's coming way to Commerce when he gets off the freeway. Now this pursuit goes on for it can go on for hours or so.
Who is that? Okay. Northbound 5 freeway. The speeds look like they picked up a little bit.
It picked up a little bit. Northbound 5 freeway, it picked up a little bit.
Lane maybe there. I don't know. We'll see if that happens. But again, here as a wide shot, Santa Fe Springs units.
The Santa Fe Springs unit is going to take over for CHP.
That's how it works with the CHP. It's relentless. This guy's not
Reckless, or he's been driving way slow for it's been going on for the last few minutes now. It's been going on for a while. Let's listen.
Approaching on the 5, northbound 5, approaching the Commerce Casino area. And the 710 will be the next interchange.
He's going to approach the Commerce Casino area, and he can make a decision to get onto the 710 interchange. Driver is way...
We have 1 hour, Jack. 1 hour.
Now it's been going on for about 45 minutes now, since the pursuit started all the way where that news helicopter picked up to chase. Let's listen now.
Northbound 5, and we'll have the 710 here in a few miles. Northbound 5 at Washington and continuing at about 70 miles an hour. CHP saying that just one person in the car, the driver, they were able to figure that out earlier. It's going to be coming into some traffic here at the Citadel Shopping Center. a little heavier. You see that brake lights here. Here we go. We're going to see our first chance here. Some debris in the lanes there, but I don't know what that's from. Slow down here, right near the Citadel outlets. The driver just handling it like as if nothing's going on behind him, but just going with the flow. Northbound 5, approaching the 710. He's got about a mile. Copy that. Getting information from our assignment desk manager, Jack Noy, saying about 130 to 150 miles covered in his pursuit so far, starting down in El Cajon and coming up now into the Commerce area, approaching that 710 freeway. The driver refusing to obey orders by the CHP to pull over, those lights and sirens glaring in his rear mirrors and not complying to them. So he's continuing on, staying in that middle lane, and it looks like he'll stay on the 5, passing the 710 here in a short time. Unless he dives over to the left, he'll stay on that 5 freeway and will be coming into the Boyle Heights or the East LA interchange. Looks like that's what he's doing. He's committed south or northbound 5 from the 710 now. Well, you will have some choices for sure up here at the East LA interchange. The 60, he has the 5 to stay on, the 60, the 10, or the 101. The night sunlight of the California Highway Patrol helicopter overhead, the lights of the units behind, lights the pursuit, blocking traffic behind. And the driver just acting like they're not even there.
Bye, James.
Door slamming.
He's going to make that decision shortly. Slowed down because a car got in front of him. Might be reading those signs up ahead to say or decide which way he's going to go. There's the gore point right there. It looks like 5. He's going to stay on the 5 northbound 5 through the East LA interchange. There's the gore point. Truck's getting over. There he is, committed northbound 5, it looks like. And again, thank you for joining us on the NBCLA app and NBCLA.com. Gil Levis and News Chopper 4 overhead with my pilot, Patrick McKernan, covering this police chase that's gone on now for 150 miles, starting in the San Diego area, moved up the 5 freeway, and now is in the Boyle Heights area, northbound 5 through the East LA interchange. Go ahead, Jack.
Well, now he's transitioning to another freeway. Meanwhile, that truck was pulling over to get out of his way because the driver slowed down because somebody was in front of that
5
vehicle.
freeway, coming up to the 10 freeway.
And he's coming up to the 10 freeway. However, when you got 4 tires, that vehicle has lots of fuel before he or she runs out of gas or runs out of options. When they speed up to about 90 to 100 miles an hour, they really speed fast, and they really thought it's okay to outrun those cops and dodge those cops. They can't, and that's not going to happen for that red SUV vehicle. And as it continues on northbound on the 5 freeway still, I'll get back to that later. There you go again, he's crossing underneath the bridge.
To that 5 northbound.
He's committed to the northbound 5 freeway.
Or approach the 110 freeway interchange.
And he's approaching the 110 freeway interchange, and nope, he's staying on the northbound way. And that's his or her choice to make the decision to get on to another freeway. And now he's 4 lanes of traffic, or she has 4 lanes of traffic all over, and maybe he's not weaving in and out of traffic.
It's moving pretty well northbound.
It's moving pretty well northbound on the 5 freeway.
I'm seeing it all the way
traffic
up into
is light.
Los Feliz area. It's moving, looks like northbound quite well. So it's heading towards my colleague in News Chopper 4 Alpha, Megan Reyes, who's coming out of the Pacoima area shortly to take over for us as we go get fuel. But in the meantime, this pursuit still going about 70 miles an hour.
And that pursuit continues on at about 70 miles an hour.
For the most part.
And that just it continues to stay like that at a steady speed. It can go on for like miles and miles. It can go on for like 150 miles north from that freeway.
We're not able to get the spike strip out in lanes.
They were not able to get the spike strip out in lanes.
On the 5, we're not able to get it out in lanes.
And maybe he's driving very good. No, we haven't seen erratic driving.
605 in the 5 interchange.
605 in the 5 interchange, the 5 freeway interchange.
To where the driver was driving and because of traffic.
And because of traffic,
see if they try it up ahead, but again,
they're going to try their best to do a spike strip, and they could deflate those tires, one of those tires, and it could come to an end. The suspect either cooperates or surrender peacefully.
Out of the works right now.
That video is loading.
Northbound 5 passing the 110 right there.
And it was passing the 110 freeway. The suspect passed it, so he or she passed the 110 freeway.
Legion Park area as he continues being chased by the California Highway Patrol.
And he's being chased by the California Highway Patrol officers.
Ground reporters and photographers.
And those ground reporters and the photographers and the news helicopters on the scene now.
Trying to get their best shot of it.
And they're gonna get their best shot. One news helicopter is gonna refuel.
Failing to yield and reckless driving
and
down in
failing to yield and reckless driving.
Driving around for a while, back and forth on surface streets, and then jumped on the 5 freeway eventually.
And he jumped back on the 5 freeway. He jumped on the freeway. He jumped on the 5 freeway northbound on ramp while merging, and the news helicopter picked up the pursuit. Just about 35 minutes ago, they picked up the chase. Just about 35 minutes ago.
Pretty much, this is the
still using that cruise control.
San Clemente area.
or he can
This
pick up
guy
speed
has been
again.
driving just like this, as if he was just part of the crowd out here on the freeway. Not really driving erratic, not really making evasive moves.
Not really
not
driving
trying to
erratic and
dive
not really
onto another freeway at the very
driving
last
evasive
second,
moves.
like
He's
we
not
see a lot
evading
of
from
times
law
in pursuits.
enforcement. He's
He's
driving
just
very
out for
slow
what looks like a leisurely drive right
and
now.
still using that. That suspect is using that cruise control still,
I really don't
holding
know what
that
the
steady
range is on
speed
these
at about 70
Tucson roads,
at about
how
70
long
miles
they
an
can go
hour.
on a full tank of gas, if he had a full tank of gas.
If he had a full tank of gas, if he had a full tank of gas,
Bro,
it could come to an end.
Stop
Leave me alone.
We are
Look.
coordinating with our other news helicopter.
And they're gonna start coordinating with those news helicopters.
To pick up the pursuit. It sounds like Megan Reyes and News Chopper 4 Alpha will pick up the pursuit here.
And one
into
news
the
helicopter
San
reporter
Fernando
is gonna
Valley,
start picking up the
in
pursuit.
area of the Griffith Park Zoo. As soon as we get into that area, she's going to take over.
Not true.
And that'll be in the next few minutes. But you can see as I widen out the shot here, northbound 5 freeway.
Okay, widen out the
giving
shot
driver
here.
some room there, some breathing room. But it looks like they're handing off to the next unit to take over the pursuit. Altadena CHP will take over now and continue on.
Why is so much water? Why is so much ice cream in this thing?
Now they're gonna still follow that suspect until it comes to an end. Until it's over, and when it's over, the chase is over.
Oh wow!
Soon.
Okay,
Well,
that's
last
really
for a
getting some
long
really good
time.
information from my assignment desk manager Jack Noyes, who's telling me that I think he said 450-mile range on this vehicle on a full tank of gas, 33 miles on the highway, and
33 miles on the highway, and he had hit 450 miles on that vehicle because it has lots of gas before it has plenty of gas before it runs out of gas.
maybe the CHP will be able to get
And now it's gonna come to an end. That suspect either pull over or they rather box him in.
Try to go southbound.
Still at maybe
Maybe a pit maneuver if he slows
they can do
down
a pit maneuver if
But
he or
if
she
not,
slows
if he has
down.
a full tank of gas, this might go for a while.
1, 2, 3, 4. 4 lanes. 4 lanes of highway. Or 3 lanes, I'm being told. Maybe 4 lanes.
Speed it looks like he's picking it up now.
He's picking it up. He is picking it up now. He's picking up speeds at about 75 to 80 miles an hour.
And,
Yeah, he's speeding up. He's picking up speeds at about 75 to 80 miles an
and
hour.
the traffic light.
And the traffic is light. He's passing that big rig truck.
There is some construction on the 5.
And there was a construction on the 5 freeway just moments ago, a few minutes ago long. It was long time ago, a few minutes ago.
It looks like a little heavier traffic due to that.
It was a heavier traffic,
It's moving, so
or it's a light traffic.
you'll likely have the same.
However, when those police
police
chases in history, when they pick up speeds or slow down, drive slow at about 60, 70 miles an hour, or when they pick up speeds at about 100 miles an hour. And when those news helicopters and police helicopters follows them and tracks them overhead on the scene, they might do a night sun or infrared. And he may be coming up to the 134 freeway. So that's a decision to make.
Now we got the 134. He looks like he's not going to do it. He's going to stay on the 5.
Not going to do it. He is staying on the 5 freeway.
134 westbound, but not going to do it. It doesn't look like it.
So now,
the driver is sticking to the 5. He's been married to the 5 this whole time from San Diego here to Burbank. And here we go.
Here we go, KMBC 1 News Chopper Alpha. Gil Levis is just taking off right now. Gil Levis, News Chopper Bravo, handling this pursuit coming out of the San Diego area. News Chopper Bravo was the first covering this pursuit, and we actually made it through San Diego County into Orange County and now into our neck of the woods, KMBC News Chopper Alpha in Los Angeles County, coming up through the Burbank area. Here's the pursuit. We've been monitoring this. Gil Davis has been covering this on the 5 freeway, northbound side of the 5, just passing Western Avenue. This driver here is wanted for some type of speeding out of San Diego County. Failure to yield. This pursuit's been going on for 155 miles plus. Long pursuit here. We've seen these here in Southern California, going through multiple counties right now. You can see as News Chopper 4 Alpha is getting into position. Northbound 5 just approaching Alameda here as we follow this pursuit going on for almost an hour and a half right now. You can see California
And that pursuit has been going on for more than an hour now. Since he was speeding out of the San Diego area when they picked up the pursuit. And now, that driver, that red Nissan Rogue, is connected to that. Whether is he armed or he's under the influence or he's driving on a DUI license, or I don't know. We don't know. Like, we're gonna see if he's gonna cooperate, or maybe not. They can pull him or drag him out of the SUV. His choice. The rest is up to that suspect. He's at about 80 miles an hour or 75 miles an hour, 75 to 80 miles an hour.
Position just north of here. That's the beauty with California Highway Patrols. Each division will take over the pursuit. They know that typical jurisdiction. So
and they can go into their jurisdictions.
So we have
listen now. I'm gonna
shortly. Now, if this goes up into the Newhall past the Cajon area, it's going to be a little tricky. Gets a little dark up in that area. Air units sometimes have a challenge, especially at nighttime. News Chopper 4 Alpha with pilot Derek Bell handling this right now. North 5 approaching Burbank Boulevard. Vehicle traveling number 3 lane at about 67 miles per hour. Hey, can we confirm, was this a woman? Is this a female driver or a male, please? Derek, can I get some air back here, please? Do you mind? Please, thanks. Oh, okay. All right, I thought I heard somebody saying it was a female driver on the other station. Thanks. KMBC News Chopper Alpha covering this pursuit right now. We're trying to zoom in to get an idea of this driver, male or female. Regardless, we do know this driver may be the only solo occupant in this vehicle. Rogue, red vehicle. I think that might be a Nissan Rogue. Northbound 5 freeway here, just passing Burbank Boulevard, going through some of the construction zone. About 60 miles per hour. That's San Fernando Road to the top of your screen. You can see as this vehicle is passing the big rig. I'm hearing about possible spike strips. We're not obviously going to give that location, but that may be a situation where they may want to start to think about bringing this pursuit to a safe ending, considering it started out of San Diego County. Long pursuits here, well, almost to 200 miles per hour, making pretty decent time out of San Diego all the way up through Orange County into Los Angeles County, and now we're in the San Fernando Valley, coming up through the Sun Valley area here shortly. North 5 freeway, Golden State. You can see this vehicle failing to yield to California Highway Patrol. Talk to me, guys. What do you say? Okay, so now CHP confirming. I'm getting that information from the assignment desk. We do have a female driver here. So female driver covering this pursuit here through several counties and North 5 Golden State Freeway. Still averaging, I would say, relatively safe speeds, considering we're not seeing any erratic driving, any sudden lane swerving. Vehicle right now, I'm clocking this vehicle here at about 65 miles per hour. North 5 approaching the Sun Valley area. In fact, we're right near Burbank Airport. To give you an idea, Burbank Airport is to the left side of that driver. As we continue on the North 5, the next major intersection is going to be the 5170. And really, unless if that driver exits the freeway, she will be committed to this 5 Golden State Freeway. Now 50 miles per hour, according to California Highway Patrol for LA standards. That's a little slow on those freeways, but look how fast that vehicle is going. Coming by some of those big rigs. Most likely the situation, those big rigs are seeing all the lights here. Let me show you how many California Highway Patrol units right now. We have about 4 units on scene right now. Usually you have the primary, the secondary, and then a supervisor. K9 unit is one of those. That's some of the standard right now. They want to make sure they have a K9 unit in case this this ends and turns into a foot pursuit, that's a situation where they may have to utilize that resource. A canine dog will be deployed. 5 Freeway, Golden State, next major exit is going to be Sunland Boulevard. You can see that Nissan Rogue north on the 5. Female driver failing to comply to law enforcement officers. She hasn't pulled over, coming up on almost 200 miles, considering this is out of San Diego County, coming up all the way into LA County. We're in the San Fernando Valley. We'll be approaching that 5-170 split here in a second. Approaching the 5 Sunland Boulevard now, CHP telling us 70 miles per hour, still some safe speeds, and that's probably why they really haven't engaged as far as the spike strip earlier. Usually when we start seeing some dangerous situations, they may California Highway Patrol. I'm trying to pull this email up. Patrol is taking over from the Newhall units. Newhall units are taking over right now. Those vehicles, those CHP cars, full of gas right now. So that is their advantage. They're just hoping that this vehicle eventually will run out of gas and pull over theirs. Jack, I still haven't got your email here. Hey, Desk, I don't have your email yet. I just updated. News Chopper 4 Alpha covering this pursuit. Gil Levis was the first on scene, picked this up over in the San Clemente area, originated out of San Diego County. And you can see that light there reflecting there. Earlier, Gil Levis was using the infrared, and we saw what appears to be some flashing light in there. You can see the driver throughout this pursuit has also been signaling as she's been making left turns, right turns, merging rather. So we're driving very more cautiously rather than what we see on other pursuits right now. So fortunately, that here as we follow this pursuit north on the 5 Golden State Freeway. We're approaching this 5-170 merge. Some activity over to the right shoulder. I'm looking ahead. We see wide open freeways here. Southern California freeways look good. Coming up on 10 o'clock here. Golden State Freeway through the Pacoima area. That's just passing the Sheldon on-ramp. There's that big rigs emerging onto the freeway. You can see a vehicle failing to yield. That's being assisted with the California Highway Patrol. That night sun lighting up the vehicle. Driver is well aware that she is failing to comply with officers. The reason, they do not know. Most likely they may have run that license plate. They may already know who this person is. May be in contact with family members to find out what the situation is. A lot of information going on behind the scenes. Dispatchers are working just as hard as those California Highway Patrol officers on scene right now, handling that situation, calling out the locations, making sure officers have all the vital information they need, covering this pursuit now coming up through Pacoima, North 5, just passing the 170. $70 miles per hour, maintaining that speed for quite some time. In fact, I haven't seen this vehicle go faster for the past 15-20 minutes. One point, the highest rate of speed was about 80 miles per hour, but really that wasn't too.
The highest rate of speed that the suspect was going at about 80 miles at excess of 80 miles an hour. He's still at 60. He was driving at 60 miles an hour just a few moments ago, and now he was speeding up a little bit, about 65 miles an hour, and that's been going on for an hour now. And the driver is driving slow still, and it's been going on for a while now. That driver had been driving slow. The driver has been driving slow enough for about the past 20 to 25 minutes or so. And it started all the way when the pursuit picked up the chase, and that CHP now, and then as the commuters are merging on, getting onto the freeway, now all of those CHP helicopters, excuse my language, the CHP cop cars are following the CHP vehicles are following that SUV, still driving slow at about 70 miles an hour. And that had been going on. The driver had his or her cruise control on for a whole time now. The driver had been driving slow this whole time now.
Using signals, just going by other vehicles nonchalantly. We see some of these pursuits on the freeways where they drive erratically. And
That
such
driver
erratic
has been driving slow
just
for
creates
the entire
danger
time now.
down below on the freeways. We haven't seen that right now, and that's
Now he's passing all those slower vehicles, picking up speed now.
strategic
Now
position along
he's crossing underneath the freeway. I don't even know what freeway it is.
information that we may not be aware of that they are aware of. Are they going to pursue if it's a stolen vehicle? This vehicle.
It's a stolen vehicle.
Perhaps there's more to it that we're not aware of right now. Law enforcement officers and dispatchers working as we merge to the right here. We can see this vehicle.
Nah, this has been going on for a half time now.
65 miles per hour.
It's speeding at about 65 miles an hour, 75 miles an hour.
Okay, why are they looking like that?
No traffic jam so far. Once they do a spike strip, they can pit that. They can bring that thing to an end. Not pit that vehicle. That driver has been driving slow this entire time on the northbound 5 freeway. 3 lanes now, left to that carpool lane. He's been driving recklessly for a long time now. He's been not recklessly. He's been driving slow for a long time now. He's been driving at safe speeds for quite a while, and they've been following that vehicle this entire time now. And he's been using turn signals this entire time now for like an hour or so. It's been going on for about 30 minutes now. At least 90 minutes into the pursuit. Yeah, at least 90 minutes into the pursuit. That driver has been driving slow at safe speed.
I see some California Highway Patrol units coming down toward this with their lights and sirens on. So perhaps they are coming here to intercept this pursuit as well.
Let's listen.
Okay, I got those guys.
Well, he's been driving straight this entire time now. He's been picking up speeds. Now he is driving straight now. He's been driving safe speeds now for an hour now. This entire time since they picked up the pursuit, they've been following that pursuit for at least half an hour now. Now he's at 73 miles an hour. That's interesting. That should be interesting when all those commuters are driving on their on their way home from work, or they're going somewhere during the pursuit. News helicopters is going to continue to stick with that vehicle, and the CHP helicopters and the police cruisers are going to continue to stay to stay behind the tail of the SUV. And primary units, and all those units are. Let me see. Let me widen out. Let me zoom in. New Hole units or CHP units. They're going to take over right now. 3 units. 5 units in pursuit of that SUV.
Okay, so I'm listening to possible spike strips being set up along one of these freeways here. They feel confident where they may be able to safely deploy a spike strip.
They feel confident if they will safely do a spike strip and bring that thing to an end.
CHP is still engaged in this pursuit right now. We have a couple of units here following this. We have an
Couple of units following that SUV. Air unit is overhead. The helicopter had to land. News helicopter 1 news helicopter had to land for fuel. Northbound 5 freeway. 5 units behind that SUV. And they can do this one or another. He can either pull over, or CHP, they can use that spike strip to deflate those tires. Wow. So unbelievable. Oh my goodness. Let's listen.
Just monitoring the California Highway Patrol as they're setting up the units into position right now. New units are taking over 5 northbound, just beyond the 1470 miles per hour.
He is beyond the 14 freeway, 70 miles an hour. Or maybe he's at about 70, 75 miles an hour. Oh yeah, he's at about 70 miles an hour. My goodness. There's no way he's gonna drive recklessly
So,
underneath the bridge.
KMBC News Chopper 4 Alpha, we're going to have to reboot our feed right now. Don't touch that app. We're going to be right back. You're going to see black for about 60 seconds as we do some maintenance work here, but keep it here. We're going to keep you posted on this pursuit here as we do some technical work here real quick, and we'll be back and let you know the progress of this pursuit. Roger that. Going out on satellite. Roger. Hey, Derek, what airship is that? Is that CHP?
Whatever.
Okay. I know you guys have a limit. Where's your limit up here? Because of the darkness. No, okay. I know the airships usually don't go beyond that. Oops, wrong one. Don't worry, people. We're still here. Yeah, I do not like infrared. It's big fat negative Ghost Rider. There we go. 5 northbound Gold is. Just trying to get some information. We're just south of Calgrove here. 5 freeway northbound stretch. North 5, south of Calgrove.
Wow.
North 5 approaching the old road. North 5 approaching the old road.
Yeah.
Ooh. You're on Oats, by the way, if I didn't tell you. You're on Oats. News Chopper 4 Alpha back with you here. Recovering a pursuit here. Golden State Freeway. We're in the Santa Clarita Valley, northbound side of the 5, just passing the old road. This vehicle right here, coming up on Calgrove, actually here. This vehicle this pursuit originated here out of San Diego County. We understand law enforcement officers down in San Diego trying to pull this vehicle over for some type of erratic driving on surface streets. Vehicle got onto the I-5 freeway, continued northbound, failed to yield to law enforcement officers. Went through the Orange County area on the I-5 freeway out of San Diego, through Orange County, up into Los Angeles County, and now we're up through the Santa Clarita Valley on the 5 northbound. Should be coming up here on the next major street, which I think will be Lyons here. Each time this female driver merges, she uses her signal. You can see California Highway Patrol closely behind. Traffic looks good right now. Here's an additional resource coming available right now. California Highway Patrol has a lot of officers. We may actually have sheriff's helicopter above lighting up the scene right now. Multiple agencies working, coordinating together to bring this pursuit to a safe end. 5 freeway northbound, just coming up on Lyons here. Trying to get the information here from the CHP as they're having some additional units back out here. So they're just doing some they're just having some other units take primary here. So Golden State Freeway 5 northbound here, approaching Lyons here. She's slowing down, Derek.
What? driver is speeding up or slowing down, still driving
Okay, so
slow.
we're getting some more information about this vehicle.
And they're getting it more
originally was
information of
for
that,
speeding.
how that
We
pursuit
understand this
started,
driver may have a couple
and where
of
that
restraining
thing.
orders.
As you can see, this driver.
Understand this driver may have a couple of restraining orders. So a little more information there. That's coming in from the California Highway Patrol. You know, we see a lot of this happening. We see the CHP, we see all these officers, but what we fail to recognize sometimes are the dispatchers there for the California Highway Patrol. They're doing a lot of work behind the scenes. They're trying to make sure that those officers down there know all the pertinent information pertaining to this pursuit. Safety is their concern. They want to make sure those officers know all the information, whether or not this person is considered armed and dangerous. That's not the situation right now. They're just indicating right now that this person has a couple of restraining orders, maybe a reason why this person is failing to
Yeah, he has.
comply to law enforcement.
She has lots of restraining orders. That female driver
Northbound stretch of the 5
had
freeway.
hit the spike
And
strip.
just passing McBean Parkway. We're just passing
I
McBean
turned my
Parkway.
camera
Here.
off,
Chopper 4
so-
Alpha covering this pursuit here. That's this vehicle is going about 63 miles per hour here through the Santa Clarita
As it goes to about 60 to 63, maybe 65 miles an hour, 63 miles an hour, slamming on the brakes. It's coming to abrupt end, running out of gas, running out of gas, and just past McBean Parkway.
Car just slammed on his brakes
Slammed
right
on
now.
the brakes.
Situation's going to handle now. They're going to put
So-
all lanes are going to be shut down here on
so
this 5 northbound. They're
I
going to do what they
remade
call
that.
a
I
felony
remake
stop
that
right
video.
now. Some of the
I
driver come out of the
remake that
vehicle.
video already.
Are we going to
So-
go on delay, guys? We're going to be very cautious as far as to what we show here. Make sure that we don't show anything that's sensitive right here.
So I had to pause
So
that
right
video
here we
for
can
just
see
a
the
second
driver
now.
Really not complying right now.
He's really not
Let me
complying.
turn this
He is
down.
not
Let me show you right
complying.
now what's happening. California Highway Patrol shutting down the freeway. Most likely, we probably have the K9 units there as well. There's the K9 unit. You see that dog right there? That dog is ready to be deployed if necessary. We have that officer there.
Now that
We have a
they're
couple
ready
of the
to be
primary units with
deployed
their
if
doors
necessary.
open. Guns are pointed toward this
So I had
vehicle.
to remake that video
Obviously,
again.
they're summoning this person to come
They're
out.
summoning this person to
Perhaps
come
she's been
out,
on her
and,
phone.
or she
We
has one
saw
more opportunity.
indication,
She's been
with
on her
the cell
phone with somebody
lights that perhaps
this
she was
entire
talking on the
time.
phone during this.
She was talking on the
So we don't
phone
know if
during
she's in
that
contact
pursuit.
with anybody from law
If she's
enforcement or
in
family or friends.
Anybody
But
from
right
law
now, we
enforcement or
can tell you
family
this pursuit
or
has come to an
friends.
abrupt end on the Golden
It came
State
to a
Freeway in the Santa Clarita Valley.
end
This is on
on
the
Golden
5
State
northbound,
Freeway in the
just
Santa
past
Clarita
McBean
Valley.
Parkway, where all lanes are closed on the northbound side. And for precaution reasons, they may actually shut down southbound side of the 5 freeway. That is yet to be seen. But right now, it's a standoff here, trying to get this driver to surrender peacefully.
Wow, they can make that. They can make sure that the driver
I can't hear you.
surrenders
I can't hear you guys.
peacefully.
Talk to me on the 450. Talk to me on the
that
450,
driver
Des.
will have to surrender peacefully, since
CHP
it came
indicating
to an
there's no
abrupt end.
movement inside.
and it's coming to an end.
Des, you're going to have to talk to me on the 450. I can't hear you on the 161.
Oh, they have beanbags.
But I'm just afraid that if we go on the other side to see a broken window, then she's going to pop the door open. Something's going to happen here. So right now we're kind of hanging on this side. You were talking about the traffic. Well, it is starting to back up. California Highway Patrol, they've got already plans in place. These guys, traffic experts, they're going to try to take people off the freeway farther down the northbound 5, get them onto some side streets to get them around there. Now the officers from California Highway Patrol making an approach to that car just to see what's going on. And you can see still very tense stance. That less than lethal, that's the guy with the darker uniform, obviously broke that window out, and they may actually just hit her with that beanbag, even though sitting inside that car trying to get him out. That officer, though, on our side, that's a gun. That's a straight-out gun. He's holstering it right now. We'll see if that door is unlocked. I didn't think it would be. So we're going to see how they're going to have to get her out. It might be one of those bust out that window and help that person out of that car. Or, there we go. That door is... Yeah, it's
And the other
There's a little
officers
bit of
coming up to help out.
intimidation. And then there you go. You knew she wasn't going to come out on her own.
Except she's
So
fighting.
they're going to be taking her out. There they go, helping her to the ground there, taking her into custody. But this pursuit coming to an end now in the Santa Clarita area after this thing started all the way down in El Cajon.
Where they took
To detain that subject, pull her out of the vehicle, and really forcefully remove her. I don't see that too
Oh my
often,
goodness,
but they felt
unbelievable.
that it was a safe situation
It was
just
a
to go in
safe
and get this person,
situation.
and that's what they
They-
did. This pursuit finally
Now
came to
they're
an end. Nearly
yanking
2
that
hours long.
female
I-5
suspect out
Golden
of the
State
car.
Freeway
They're
started there in
dragging
San
her out
Diego,
of the car.
ended here in Santa
And they're
Clarita,
taking her
North
out of
5,
the car.
just
And
beyond
she's not
McBean Parkway. You
cooperating.
can see they're opening up the.
And they're
Can I
gonna
get
look
to the side
inside of the
so I
car
can see that
to
driver,
make
please?
sure there's nobody
They
inside of
see them
that
opening
vehicle.
up that trunk there, making sure that there's nobody in the trunk.
Nobody in the trunk, nobody
Believe it or
inside
not,
the car.
it has happened
Nobody
before. That's a
inside that
situation before
car.
they clear that vehicle. They want to make sure that trunk is clear as well.
And the
We're
car
getting
has
into position
stopped.
right now so we can see
The
this
trunk
driver
is clear.
and her body language and what she's doing. But
Body
pretty much
language, what
officers
she's doing.
went in, grabbed her.
They
They
went
weren't
in
going to
and
waste any
grabbed
more
her
time on
out
this
of the
driver.
car.
Brought her into custody
And
right
they're
now.
bringing her.
Unfortunately,
They're
the
bringing her
pursuit has
into
come to a
custody.
safe end.
They brought her into custody. Now they're gonna. They will brought that vehicle is gonna be towed away in a few minutes. In a bit. That suspect is going to jail, and she's taken into custody. And that suspect will be brought to custody shortly.
Officers are going to secure the scene right now. They're going
They're
to
gonna secure the
put the
scene.
driver in
Let's
custody,
listen.
and they're going to clear these lanes here and drive that vehicle off the freeway shortly here. But we can show you right now, pursuit has
Going to
come
jail
to an
for
end
the
here.
night.
I-5 freeway northbound, just beyond McBean Parkway.
Goodbye, everybody.
You can see officers are driving that red vehicle. They're going to take it
Okay.
off of the freeway.
We'll be back after this.
We've got breaking news now at 11 o'clock. A Nissan going rogue. A woman leading police on a 2-hour, 3-county, 160-mile pursuit up the 5 freeway from El Cajon in San Diego County to Santa Clarita. The woman was wanted for speeding and reckless driving, and in the end, she had to be dragged out.
Now, because of the distance, both of our choppers, News Chopper 4 Alpha and Bravo, had to cover this chase. Our Hetty Chang is live near the end of it right now in Santa Clarita. Hetty?
Chuck and Colleen, that's right. We are here live in the city of Santa Clarita, where we want to show you this is where CHP deputies drove that suspect vehicle off the 5 freeway, now onto Valencia Boulevard. And here's what we noticed. You can see that they are searching now and about to tow that vehicle away. We noticed some back-end damage to that Nissan Rogue. Police confirming that that is from the non-lethal rounds that they shot at the vehicle, beanbag rounds, to try to get the suspect to surrender peacefully. And we also noticed that this Nissan Rogue has handicap plates, so we're working to get some confirmation and more information on that. But the woman driver, the suspect, now in custody and bringing this 2-hour-long, 160-mile pursuit to a safe end here. CHP confirming that they deployed spike strips just past the McBean Parkway exit off the 5 freeway. I wouldn't really call this a high-speed pursuit. The driver really sticking to that 70 to 80 mile per hour range. This all started in the El Cajon area, the San Diego area, and the CHP confirms to us that the suspect failed to yield. She was wanted initially for driving erratically and high speeds. She led police on this pursuit all the way north on the 5 freeway from Oceanside to Carlsbad and then to South OC, where News Chopper 4 Alpha and Bravo, the first over to this pursuit. This is where we picked it up. Our ground crews, we were raiding off the 5 freeway in Anaheim, and that's where we started following this pursuit. But again, not necessarily erratic driving. This driver just kind of cruising north on the 5 freeway again from the San Diego area.
Goodbye, everybody. See you soon. I'm about to end the video in just in about a few minutes now. I'm gonna end that video in a few minutes. Goodbye, everybody.
And then just driving this suspect vehicle
Make sure that
onto
video
Valencia
pops.
Boulevard, where they are now
Goodbye.
checking now. We're hearing unconfirmed reports that the woman driver possibly had some restraining orders. We're working to get confirmation on that. But again, the woman is in custody, peacefully surrendering, and police putting this pursuit to an end by deploying those spike strips. They had to use non-lethal rounds, beanbag rounds, to get this woman to surrender. But that is where we stand right now, live in Santa Clarita. Back to you guys.